I could get everyone's attention, please. Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to thank you for joining us today as we announce some exciting events going on for Black History Month, and we proclaim February Black History Month. So at the Herbert Henderson Office of Minority Affairs, we have a series of events going on. We have partnered with the Division of Culture, Arts, and History and the AARP to do these events. We have a Black History Month lecture series coming up. So we'll start February 16th at 3 p.m. with a Black History in the Law lecture in the Culture Center Archives Room, presented by attorney Frank Walker, founder of Frank Walker Law, located in Morgantown and Pittsburgh. This program is free and open to the public. Light refreshments will be served. Secondly, we'll move on to February 19th. We will have a lecture for all middle school students, exploring the life of Katherine Johnson. This event will also feature an educational video performance by Mackenzie Gray, a 9-year-old from Dunbar Intermediate School, and local artist Frederick Hightower will share his experience creating the sculpture of Katherine Johnson, which is now displayed at West Virginia State University. Then, on February 23rd, the Herbert Henderson Office of Minority Affairs and the Martin Luther King Jr. State Holiday Commission will present awards to the statewide K-12 winners of the Martin Luther King Poster Contest. This will be held at the Culture Center. And then lastly, rounding out our Black History Month lecture series, on February 23rd at 5 p.m., we will have Black History in the Military. And that lecture will be presented by Dr. Charles T. Ledbetter. He is the current Archives and History Commissioner, former West Virginia State University professor, and former vice chair of the Archives and History Commission. This program is also free and open to the public. So next, I'd like to invite my partners to come up and make remarks. First, we will have State Director of the AARP, Gayleen Miller.
Good afternoon. We are delighted to be partnering with the Herbert Henderson Office of Minority Affairs and the Departments of Arts and Culture and History. Commissioner Reed, Director Upson, thank you so much for your willingness to join in this endeavor. I also want to remind folks that these events are open to the public and free, and we hope you will join us as we're passing on stories of African-American heroes who've made history. And not only are we honoring those African-Americans who've made history, but we're also going to try to show that it's never too late to pursue our dreams, regardless of race, age, gender, or disability. Please come out and celebrate February Black History Month in West Virginia. Thank you.
Next, we'll have remarks from our curator of the Division of Arts, Culture, and History. And they changed the name, by the way, so I want to say the old name, but it is now the Division of Arts, Culture, and History. Please welcome Randall Reed Smith.
Thank you, Madam Director, and we are very excited to be able to partner again with the Herbert Henderson Office of Minority Affairs to celebrate our Black history in the state of West Virginia. We're very, very thrilled to have the programs at the Culture Center and just look forward to continue to working with you. It's just been a pleasure. So everybody, please come and join us on the 16th, the 19th, and the 23rd at the Culture Center, and all the events are open to the public, and we're really grateful to the AARP for sponsoring the reception. So thank you very much.
So next, I am very, very honored to welcome a poetry recitation by Poetry Out Loud finalist and our history-making delegate, the Honorable Caleb Hanna.
Thank you, Director, and thank you, Curator, for having me. I think this is a very important event, and I'm excited that we have so much going on this month to celebrate. I apologize, it's been a rough time in the house this week. We've got a lot going on, so I didn't have a whole lot of time to practice or anything, so just bear with me. I'm going to be looking at the page. But Black History Month by Nikki Giovanni. If Black History Month is not viable, then the wind does not carry the seeds and drop them on fertile ground. Rain does not dampen the land and encourage the seeds to root. Sun does not warm the earth and kiss the seedlings and tell them plain, you're as good as anyone else. You've got a place here too. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Delegate Hanna. That was fantastic. So now I will read our governor's proclamation. He planned to be here today and unfortunately had a last-minute schedule change, but he did send the proclamation. It says, by Governor Jim Justice, whereas West Virginia has been home to some of the country's most influential African-American scholars and leaders. And whereas Dr. Carter G. Woodson taught high school in Winona, West Virginia, was principal of Douglas High School in Huntington, West Virginia, served as academic dean at West Virginia Collegiate Institute, now West Virginia State University, and founded what is today's Black History Month. And whereas Dr. Leon Sullivan, born October 16, 1922 in Charleston, West Virginia, was the first African-American member of the board of directors at the General Motors Corporation, and his Sullivan principles played a key role in the downfall of apartheid. And whereas Booker T. Washington, raised in Malden, West Virginia, founded Alabama's Tuskegee Normal and Industrial Institute in 1881 and was the foremost Black educator of the 19th and early 20th centuries. And whereas Henry Louis Gates, born in Piedmont, West Virginia in 1950, is a renowned educator, scholar, literary critic, and writer. And whereas the Herbert Henderson Office of Minority Affairs was established in 2012 by the West Virginia Legislature. And whereas Black History Month is a time set aside to reflect on the achievements of the African American community and recognize and honor these contributions. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Jim Justice, Governor of the great state of West Virginia, do hereby proclaim February 2019 as Black History Month in the Mountain State and encourage all citizens to recognize that many contributions made by African Americans and West Virginia and the nation, in witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused the great seal of the state of West Virginia to be affixed, done at the capital city of Charleston, state of West Virginia, this, the 22nd day of January, in the year of our Lord, 2019, and in the 156th year of the state. Signed, Jim Justice, Governor. So before we conclude, I would like to invite our program participants to come up as we present the proclamation and take a photo. So if we can invite the AARP members and any members of the Division of Culture, Arts, and History to please join me. So that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes our program. I would invite you to follow us at minorityAffairs.wv.gov, which is our website, and then our Facebook and Twitter handles are at WVHHOMA. Thank you so much for joining us.